Hello friends, this is Rishi Gupta and today I'm here to tell you 8 of the best shows on Netflix that you absolutely have to watch. So guys, before I begin, do subscribe to my channel. There's a lot of content that you can watch and enjoy. So let's get started right away. So the first show that I'm going to recommend is a bit offbeat. Not all of you might have heard of it, but it is one of the best horror TV shows of all times in my opinion, and the name is The Haunting of Hill House. So guys, it is one show that does not use cheap tricks like jump scares, loud noises and bangs to scare you. It actually builds up a story that is going to fill you with dread and suffering and pain. So it's a relatively simple story, but it has many layers to it. It's about a family that moves into the Hill House and how their lives change from there, and the story follows each of the characters in the family, and what kind of demons are they haunted with, both literal and personal demons as well, figurative demons as well. And you kind of see where each character is coming from and what their demons mean to them. It is one of the scariest shows, guys. You should definitely watch it for the depth of the story, for the depth of horror that the director has kind of weaved around you. It's a wonderful watch. So that's one. So guys, the second show that I'm going to recommend to you is one of the best TV shows ever made, and I'm sure you have heard of it, and the name is Breaking Bad. So it follows the story of Walter White, who is a simple chemistry teacher, and it follows his devolution into becoming one of the biggest fictional kingpins in American history, in American drug history. And the journey is so satisfying and so dreadful to watch. The reason being that you see Walter White as a character who's a simple chemistry teacher, who's a normal person that like you and me, but there are so many things that happen to him with every step that he takes towards the world of crime. He does such acts that will start to horrify you, and you will begin to dread that how can one simple good person become this bad. Breaking Bad is the perfect name given to the show, and you are horrified by all the things that this guy does, and you follow his journey with a lot of anticipation, with a lot of pain, suffering and dread. Even though it's one of the slowest TV shows I've ever watched, but I would definitely recommend because it's one of the most satisfying TV shows as well. So guys, that's my second recommendation. So my third recommendation to you is one of the most binge-worthy shows available on Netflix as of today, and it is called Money Heist. So guys, Money Heist is a Spanish TV show which has made waves throughout the world, and there is a good reason why it has done so. So guys, Money Heist is a simple concept wherein there's a group of people who are planning heists in different places, a couple of places over 4 seasons. As of now, 5th season might come soon. So what they have done well is that they have created such a good storyline to it that you can't help but root for the people who are robbing banks, and robbing people of their money per se. But the entire cast, the entire character development has been so good, and they have created so much of suspense in every episode that you have to watch the next episode, and you cannot just let go of the show at all. So it is a great show. It's filled with a lot of good moments. It's filled with a lot of good characters that you love, that you care about, and anticipate dread if and when they die in the show. So I would not like to give any spoilers, but you have to watch Money Heist. It's one of the best binge-worthy shows on Netflix today. My fourth recommendation to you is one of the Netflix originals, which is Stranger Things. So guys, Stranger Things is a big load of 80s nostalgia, and the story that they have created is a mix of drama, is a mix of drama, comedy, horror, and all of the elements in between. So it's one of the great stories come out of Netflix. You enjoy watching it a lot, even though all the main characters are kids in the show. You never feel that it's a kids show. You feel that it's a grown-up show. You feel you feel all of their emotions, their little things that they enjoy, little things that they crave for, little games that they play, and all of their emotions you are able to feel them while they are going through them. The entire horror element is really nice. The drama that they've created, the concept of upside down is one of the most unique concepts in rather it's not the unique concept, but the way they have executed this concept is really unique. So that's why it's a very good good show. You must definitely watch it. And fortunately, they have been able to sustain the intrigue. They have been able to sustain the suspense throughout all of its season. That's something good, because you often see that good shows go up and down with every coming season. But this is one show that I think has maintained its quality over all of its season. So that is my fourth recommendation to you. My fifth recommendation to you is probably one of the most diabolical shows on Netflix that has given us a character that we'll remember forever. One of the most evil, one of the most convoluted characters ever on TV, Frank Underwood. So my recommendation is House of Cards. So please bear with me. I am not recommending House of Cards season 3 and 4 at all. I know it's weird to recommend season-wise shows, but still I'm making an exception for House of Cards because it is such an exceptional show. The entire politicking that takes place in this show is like nothing you have ever seen. Even forget Game of Thrones, forget any other show that you might have seen where you have seen all that politics has to offer, and you have seen the worst of characters. So when you see House of Cards, you realize that this guy Frank Underwood has created so much of a plot, so much of a scheme that is unseen. That has never been seen before. So I would highly recommend this. It's intelligent, it's smooth, it's something that will have you involved with all the scheming that's happening, and for some strange reason you root for Frank Underwood, who's so evil. So I think that's the beauty of the show, that the show has you rooting, he has you supporting the most evil character that you will ever know, Frank Underwood. So that's my fifth recommendation to you. So guys, my sixth recommendation is a bit different. It's a German TV show. I'm sure you might have heard of it. It's called Netflix Dark. So guys, Dark is a show that has handled time travel so well, and it has managed to spin a web around you of conflicting storylines, of paradoxes, of things that are so difficult to understand, and yet somehow they are able to explain it with every coming episode and every coming season. So I'll highly recommend you watch this show for the intelligence they have put into it, for the entire storyline. That is, even though time travel is one of the most difficult topics to handle, because it creates paradoxes, it creates problems, it creates questions that are difficult to answer for the makers. But this is one show that has done it well. This is one show that has created so many layers in its time travel story that you are just flummoxed that what on earth is happening on this show. And no spoilers, so I'll not tell a lot, but it is one of the best done time travel stories. It has one of the best time travel stories and character arcs that you will ever see. So please watch Dark. Season 1 is a bit slow, but season 2 picks up really, really well. So bear through the first few episodes, and I'm sure you'll be rewarded very handsomely with some great show TV content. So that's my sixth recommendation to you. My seventh recommendation is not a recommendation but more of a tribute, because everyone knows it's one of the best, rather probably the best TV shows of all time, which is Friends. So guys, Friends is a show that has its cult following. I mean, it needs no explanation. But for some reason, I'll need to point out one thing, that its rewatchability is so immense. For some reason, it's the show that I have watched the most number of times. And it's not like you sit and keep on watching episode after episode. It is the default play on your television, wherein you are doing anything in the background. Friends is playing all the time, and for some reason all of its gags, all of its characters, all of its jokes, they don't get old. You keep on watching them again and again, but you seem to enjoy it each and every time. I really don't know what's the reason for it, how they have created such a show that is its rewatchability is just amazing. I really love the show. I love it watching again and again, and so this is my recommendation for you to watch it again, because I'm sure you must have watched it already. So guys, that's my seventh recommendation to you. So guys, my eighth recommendation to you is one of the shows that has given us one of the most kick-ass characters of all times, and one character that has been quoted again and again and is idolized amongst a lot of people, and the character is Harvey Specter, and the show obviously is Suits. So I'm not sure if Suits is available on Netflix throughout the world, but in India at least it is, so I am recommending it to you. Guys, Suits is a legal drama. It has cases that these people, Harvard educated lawyers, most of them have to solve, and how they solve their conflicts with what's right and what's wrong, and their own job. They have to defend corporates against sometimes simple innocent people. So it's the reason it's good is it has not just one, probably few of the most memorable characters on TV. Harvey Specter is one, definitely. Mike Ross is another. Donna again is very popular and famous. So they have, and of course Lewis is one of the most brilliantly constructed characters on the show. So the characters make the show. It's not just about the characters, but the story is fluid. It is a lot of fun. You get to see a lot of cases that they crack, and it's a lot of fun to watch it. It's not a very deep show, even though the emotions run deep in the show. But I would definitely recommend this show for the suave characters and for the storylines that really are enjoyable. So guys, those are my 8 recommendations. Please do watch these shows. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. And thank you for watching this video with me. If you like the video, please comment, share, like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And we'll be talking about a lot more in the future. Thank you so much.